August 1896, Rabbit Creek. 3 men digging for salmon. They found gold instead. July 1897, Seattle. The steamship Portland arrived with miners carrying literal bags of gold. A ton of it. The newspapers called it a stampede. 100,000 people left everything. Jobs, homes, families. They walked north toward the Klondike. 30,000 made it. A few hundred got rich. America was broken in 1897. Banks failing since 1893. Wheat prices collapsed. Unemployment everywhere. Men stood in bread lines. The country needed hope. Gold was hope. The news spread fast. Bonanza Creek, Yukon Territory, Canada. Gold lying in the stream beds. Fortunes waiting. Seattle exploded. Portland, San Francisco. Men quit their jobs that afternoon. The mayor of Seattle resigned. 12 policemen walked off duty. Streetcar drivers abandoned their routes. Women came too. 1,500 through the passes. Some with husbands. Some looking for work. Teachers, nurses, dance hall girls. They bought supplies. 1 ton per person. Canadian law. 1 year's food or you don't cross the border. Flour, bacon, beans, tents, shovels, saws. The average cost $1,200. Most had never seen that much money. 2 routes. The Chilkoot Trail from Daya. The White Pass from Skagway. Both led to hell. Skagway was lawless. Soapy Smith ran it. Con man from Denver. 300 men worked for him. Saloons, fake telegraphs, robberies in broad daylight. One visitor called it about the roughest place in the world. The Chilkoot was worse. 26 miles of ice. The trail rose through rainforest, then boulders, then snow. Always up. At the scales, they weighed the loads. Last chance to turn back. Most didn't. Then came the golden stairs. 1,500 steps cut into ice. 1,000 feet up in half a mile. Single file. 50 pounds on your back. A rope to hold. 6 hours to climb, then back down. Walk to the bottom. Load another 50 pounds. Climb again. 20 to 30 trips to move 1 ton. Some took 3 months. Winter temperatures 20 below, 50 below at night. Tents were the only shelter. Men boiled their boots for broth when food ran out. April 3, 1898, Palm Sunday. An avalanche on the Chilkoot. 63 dead. Buried in snow between sheep camp and the scales. Bodies recovered. Stampeders kept climbing. By summer 1898, 30,000 had crossed. They built boats. Sailed 500 miles down the Yukon River to Dawson City. Dawson in 1898. 16,000 people in a tent city built on swamp, logs, canvas, mud. The streets had no names. Buildings appeared overnight. Saloons, dance halls, stores selling champagne and oranges. Hotels with silk curtains. Front Street lined the river. Hastily built warehouses. Log cabins stacked against each other, tents spreading out in every direction. The smell of smoke and sewage, noise everywhere. The claims were gone, all of them. Bonanza Creek, El Dorado. Every stream staked by locals who'd arrived in 1896. The kings of the Klondike. Yeah. New arrivals found nothing. They'd walked a year, spent everything, carried a ton of supplies over ice mountains. The gold fields were closed. Wages $1 to $10 a day. Working for the men who'd gotten there first. Most never made back what they'd spent. Some stayed anyway. 15,000 worked the claims, digging through permafrost, building fires to thaw the ground inch by inch. About a quarter found gold. A handful kept it. Dawson burned twice in 1899. Started in saloons. Half the town rebuilt each time. By then, the rush was ending. Word came from Nome. Gold on the beaches. Alaska. Easier to reach. August 1899. 8,000 people left Dawson in 1 week. Boats down the Yukon, racing west. The town that had exploded to 16,000 dropped to 5,000 by 1902. The lucky ones made fortunes. Swiftwater Bill wore silk and diamonds, bought every egg in Dawson to spite a woman who loved another man, fed them to dogs. Belinda Mulrooney sold hot water bottles and cotton for $30,000, built the grandest hotel in the Klondike, brass beds, cut glass chandeliers, chamber music in the lobby. George Carmack, one of the discoverers, left with $1 million in gold, invested in real estate, died wealthy. But most of the 100,000 never reached Dawson. Most who reached it found nothing. Most who found gold lost it, drinking or gambling or chasing the next strike. The Chilkoot closed after 1899. A railway through White Pass made it obsolete. The golden stairs melted. The steps disappeared. Dawson stayed. Corporate mining companies arrived with dredges. They worked the ground the stampeders had abandoned, pulled millions more from the permafrost over 50 years. Jack London was there in 1897, spent 1 winter in a cabin on Henderson Creek, never found gold, wrote The Call of the Wild instead, made his fortune with words. Robert Service arrived after the rush ended, wrote poems about it. The shooting of Dan McGrew made the Klondike famous to people who'd never been. Seattle made more money than the miners, sold supplies, built ships. The city's economy boomed. Businesses cleared $1 million selling flour and bacon to stampeders who'd never come home. Today, Dawson's population is 1,500. Tourism and small-scale mining. The buildings from 1898 still stand. Wooden sidewalks, the old dance halls, Diamond Tooth Gertie's gambling hall. The Chilkoot Trail is a park now. Hikers walk it in 5 days. They find artifacts in the snow. Tin cans, copper wire, boots. Prefabricated boats left at the summit. The golden stairs still climb. Rock now, no ice. The steps are gone, but the chute remains. 100,000 went. 30,000 arrived. A few hundred got rich. The rest got a story. Cold, hunger, mountains of ice. Some things you carry, some things carry you. The Klondike took more than it gave. The gold stays buried. The stories don't.